They're now being fed a meal of homegrown beans, barley and wheat. This is a mixture of pure Tamworth and Tamworth crossed Duroc boars. The Duroc crosses were born here, and the pure Tamworths came in from a local breeder who's literally about 10 minutes down the road. So they've been having a mainly dry mix, and then when the other ways become available, we've mixed that in there. They just go crazy for it. If you've got multiple troughs and you put meal in one trough, say, and whey in another, don't even look at the meal, it's straight to the whey. So we obviously put meal down, then we mix it in with the whey goes on top, make a bit more of a mash. They'd listen for the tick when they'd nip under the wire. This is the piglets back at the farm, little devils. You'd see them, they'd touch it, and they knew there was a gap between each kick. And they worked that out, and they'd nip under the wire when it wasn't kicking. Dairy rams, Friesens and Lacoons are, how shall I put it, extremely prolific, and they can tup comfortably 50, 60, 80. You wouldn't want to do that, but they can tup 50, 60, 80 ewes and get them in lamb, and more. We had one ram in a group of 120 ewes, and he tupped nearly all of them before we had the chance to put any more tups in. But if you only put 2 rams in a group of ewes, and you've, say for argument's sake, got half a dozen ewes on heat, you run the risk of the 2 tups going and focusing on 1 or 2 ewes and the others missing out. So if you get a 3rd tup in while the 2 are fighting, you'll go off and do the job. Well, I'm going to go and break the ice in the water truck now. This is the second wheat, so it's wheat after wheat, and this year it's been direct drilled. We've toyed with the idea of direct drilling for a while, and the main reason we're looking into direct drilling really as an option, I'm not saying it's the be all and end all, because we've got quite variable soil types on the farm, but it's not disturbing the soil in a way that allows a retention of moisture, retention of organic matter in the top 2 or 3 inches of the soil, and we're just keen to see the results. And so far, considering it was drilled relatively late, it went in right at the very end of October, early November, it's not too bad. It's a cold day today, so it's not looking at its best, but there's a reasonable plant population. We were lucky that it rained straight after we drilled it, so any of the exposed seed in any of the slots were covered over with a thin film of soil, which helped. And it's on some red marl, which is good for us, for this part of the world, good wheatland. It's 4 tonnes to the acre stuff. Be interested to see what happens.